Right now on Up with KREM, you will need a COVID vaccine or a negative test to attend your next big event in Washington. When the new mandate takes effect and what type of events will be exempt.
So when we have large events around the town, we see quite an influx.
Large events mean a lot of foot traffic for businesses downtown. How the new mandate could affect the flow of customers for downtown restaurants. And a young Idaho climber makes history after climbing some of the state's highest peaks.
Woohoo! He did it!
I can't believe it!
Up with KREM begins now.
Okay, taking a live look outside right now. On your left is Las Vegas, Nevada. On the right is here in Spokane. And yeah, temperature-wise, it's not the same.
No.
Okay.
Okay, I've actually got this. Give me a half second. Let me figure out how to phrase this. Where Vegas currently sits right now in terms of temperature is where we will be this afternoon for our high temperature.
Okay, I was trying to connect the dots there. Although, yeah, Vegas obviously is flashy and all, but I still appreciate a downtown street a little bit more than Las Vegas.
Yeah, and the nature we have around us, Vegas is far from seeing any sort of leaf changing going on.
For real.
And cooling down, but here in town, tons of opportunity to get outside, see some changing leaves. And Tim, even cooler, the wilderness around us, it's just right there. We can just go out there.
I wouldn't live in Vegas. I'm staying here in Spokane.
Yeah.
Well, hey, good morning, friends. Glad to have you here with us on this Friday morning. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm meteorologist Jeremy Legoo, and we don't hate Vegas. We just love Spokane.
Yeah, for real. I like Vegas to vacation, and immediately I want to come back and miss our fresh water, our fresh air.
Oh, wow, this is cool. It's really warm. And then the next morning I go, get me home.
Yeah, for real. Okay, but a good reason to stay in Spokane this weekend is we have a great forecast.
Yep.
If you're going to the WSU football game.
That's going on.
Or if you're going to a pumpkin patch.
That's also happening.
Great weekend for it.
Scarywood's also happening.
Scarywood. You'll be at Scarywood.
Oh, I'm going to Scarywood this weekend.
You're going to scream like a little girl?
Yeah, I'm going Saturday, and I am like, come say hi if you see me. I will be the one screaming like a little girl. If you'll probably be like, was that my daughter? No, that was meteorologist Jeremy.
Will you be wearing socks this weekend?
The answer is hard no.
Yeah, he's wearing socks today,
I am wearing socks right now, yeah. I put them on when I left the house. I was like, I've committed. Viewers are going to want me to wear socks, but if I'm not on TV, there's no socks happening. All right, right now we got temps in the 40s. Actually, I do wear socks in the winter, but it's going to be warm this weekend. That's basically, long story short. Let's do the weekend forecast. Right now we're in the mid to low 40s across the inland northwest. We've got cloud cover taking over and some showers off in northeastern Washington. Very light in nature now. Kind of expecting those to continue throughout the day. We'll see a resurgence of moisture later on this afternoon. Some of those showers heavy at times. High elevations up and over 6,500 feet. A little bit of snow. That's pretty neat. All right, then as we get into the day on Saturday, we start clearing things out and warming up. This is sockless weather by the time we get into Saturday afternoon. We're talking beautiful conditions across the region. Sunday, well, we build in a little cloud cover and temperatures do stay mild, but we have a little wind there. Here's how it breaks down though. Today, mostly cloudy, temperatures in the upper 50s, basically 10 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. So then by the time I leave work, ditching the socks. We're going sockless and enjoying it all weekend long. We're in the upper 60s on Saturday, staying there on Sunday. It is going to be a beautiful weekend. This, you know what? I'm just going to say it. If I'm wrong, I won't be. But here we go. Warmest weekend between now and next spring right here. This is it.
Hot takes. He called it. Okay, Governor Inslee expanding his vaccine mandate. Proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test will soon be required to attend large events in Washington.
We cannot and we will not surrender to this disease. We cannot and we will not think that the status quo is good enough. We have got to get on top of this disease and knock these numbers down.
The order applies to indoor events with 1,000 or more people. It also applies to outdoor events with more than 10,000 attendees. It takes effect on November 15th for those 12 and older. Religious services and events at schools are exempt. The new mandate has the potential to impact tourism or even planned conventions in our area. KREM 2 spoke with Visit Spokane's Kate Hudson. She says some venues already have a vaccine or negative test requirement.
I don't think that will affect conventions in the Spokane area at all. And frankly, the Delta variant itself is what has caused more of an impact to events and conventions here in Spokane. And we've had several conventions cancel because of the Delta variant and the spike that we saw. So instituting these new restrictions statewide, I don't foresee that being a hard sell to conventions and meeting planners. And I think if people want to go to a Zags game bad enough or a Cougs game bad enough or to go see a concert, they'll go get that test if they don't want to get vaccinated.
Governor Inslee's announcement means large events in downtown Spokane will have stricter entrance guidelines. Nicole Hernandez talked to a local restaurant about how the strict rules could affect foot traffic and business downtown.
Yeah, that's right. So because unvaccinated people will need a negative COVID-19 test to go into some of these larger events, it could change the amount of people we're seeing downtown on the weekends and during these event times. So I was actually able to watch this announcement from Governor Inslee with the owner, or one of the owners of O'Donnell's, right behind me.
Helps out business for O'Donnell's on Monroe. People just stopping by to get a meal or a drink.
So when we have large events around the town, we see quite an influx, and certainly nice to see people out again enjoying themselves.
Governor Inslee's announcement could mean a change in people downtown for big events, but Chase Van Cotham is not concerned.
I don't think it's going to affect us at all. Yeah, we had the last Kraken game here recently, and they had the requirement for that, and we were busy as ever.
That game required proof of vaccination or a negative test, similar to the new mandate. The new rules start November 15th. At the arena, the Chiefs versus Thunderbirds game on the 19th will be the first event following these new rules. The First Interstate Center for the Arts will have to make changes by the time comedian Hassan Minhaj comes to town. And the Knitting Factory's first event under the new rules will be ex-ambassadors.
Now, each of those locations will have to come up with their own system as to how they will show proof of vaccination or test status as before this November 15th deadline. In Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Ahead of that new rule comes the vaccine mandate affecting thousands of state workers. Monday is the deadline for them to show proof they're fully vaccinated against COVID-19. If not, they could lose their jobs. Well, a trip to California turned into a trip to the hospital for President Bill Clinton. He apparently was not feeling well on Tuesday and was taken to the hospital in Irvine, California. We know it's not COVID or a heart-related issue. A doctor says it's believed to be a blood infection. They say he could be released soon as today, but he will remain on antibiotics. Time now for your morning rush. More news in less time. A federal government contracted medical team started to arrive at a Spokane care facility on Thursday to help with the COVID-19 unit. Avalon Care Center is set to receive a team of 8 nurses and 10 certified nursing assistants. A representative at Avalon said that they anticipated the first hospital admissions to arrive today as well. The Washington Department of Health says the medical staff is from ACI Federal, and they could potentially make about 22 beds available at area hospitals. Police charged one minor with assault after a fight broke out with a transgender student at Salk Middle School. Ian Ring, who says he was attacked, is 13 years old and is in the 7th grade. In the video, you can see a crowd of middle schoolers watching while Ring is punched. He says this happened while they were waiting for the bus after school. The assault left Ring with bruises. Now his family is trying to get protection orders against students who punched Ring, but his mom says that's been a struggle.
Having to figure out how to get that done has been challenging because there's no answer. This doesn't seem to be like anything that Spokane, or I'm not sure how many communities know how to deal with, but not effectively.
Spokane police say they are not allowed to give out the names of minors in their reports. In order to be considered a hate crime, police need evidence that the attack happened because Rain is a part of a protected group. Well, get this. A 9-year-old from Idaho is the 4th youngest person to reach all of Idaho's peaks above 12,000 feet. Camden Patry is setting a goal, or he set the goal to climb all of them at the age of 8. But he says he wasn't quite ready then. So he trained in the Smoky Mountains with his parents for a year until the real climbing began. He finished his first peak on June 26th of this year. Almost 3 months later, he completed all 9 of Idaho's highest peaks.
Woohoo!
He did it!
I can't believe it!
I saw the video. You seemed pretty excited to be at the top of the very 9th one. What was it like to get there?
It felt like so good. I felt like it was like such a good feeling that I couldn't keep the smile off my face when I got to the top of my final 12er.
The 3 before were done in 2019, so it appears to be a recent trend. And he says his good friends completed the peaks at age 6 and 7, and they were the ones who motivated him to do the same. Wow, what did you do when you were in 4th grade? Pretty incredible. It only took 2 games for the Kraken to get their first win in franchise history, and it was a fight until the end against the Predators in Nashville. With about 1 minute left on the clock in the 3rd period, the Kraken secured a 2-goal lead. The Kraken's next game is tomorrow at 4 against the Blue Jackets. That's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrem on social media. Scares, pumpkins, and races. Coming up after the break, what fall festivities you can attend around the inland Northwest this weekend.
Oh, and I've got the forecast that goes with it. We've got great weather on the way for everybody. Hang on. We're getting there. Okay, yeah. Oh, this weekend? Oh, 60s and sun. Oh, well, yeah. All right. We've got the forecast coming up after the break.